Africa's 10 scariest discoveries. Shocking mountain footage caught by chance. Number 1 terrified countless scientists. 10th Naledi. South African cave depths revealed Homo naledi, a new relative. It lived with Homo sapiens, yet its burials are more than 100,000 years older than ours. Why did Naledi mysteriously vanish while we endured? In 2013, African paleoanthropologist Lee Berger wowed peers when his team found 1,500 fossils of the then-unknown species Homo naledi in the Rising Star caves, enough to reconstruct at least 15 whole skeletons. Rising Star caves sit in South Africa's cradle of humankind, yielding nearly half known Australopithecus fossils. Until then, archaeologists here had found no Homo fossils anywhere at all. Berger's luck didn't stop there either. Next day digging, 2 members found their likely thigh bone fossil in another nearby cave called Light. Exploring the second cave inside, they found 131 extra fossils from at least 3 Homo naledi individuals. Homo naledi's place in human evolution remains a mystery still today. Dating cave fossils is harder than rocks, since cave debris and sediments can be disturbed by factors, including groundwater flow, that made fossils place and age hard. Initially, scientists thought Homo naledi lived 2 million years ago. Yet geologist Paul Dirks at Australia's James Cook University coordinated 19 scientists and 10 labs to date Homo naledi with 6 methods independently. The shock: fossils were 236,000 to 335,000 years old. Homo naledi's youth shocks us. Given their primitive body traits, skeleton size suggests scientists say naledi was about 1.4 meters tall, 40 kilos. They had small brains, pelvises and shoulders like Australopithecines, flat faces and curved fingers for climbing. Yet teeth, jaw, thumbs, wrists, feet suggest modern gait. Diet: Berger's team thus classified naledi as human. Maybe their underdeveloped brains and primitive ways left them devastated by evolution in the end, so they never endured to the present day. When Homo naledi lived, scientists thought small-brained humans were already gone. Meanwhile, Erectus spread Afro-Eurasia. Neanderthals evolved in Europe. These ancient humans were closer to us than naledi. Smarter, agile. But finding Homo naledi showed human evolution is even more complex and varied than thought. Number 9. The Dendera Light. In the Dendera Hathor Temple crypt, lifelike reliefs repeatedly show odd sac shapes like huge bulbs, with a wavy snake inside and cable-like lines, lotus filaments below. This find fuels speculation. Did Egypt invent electric lamps over 2,000 years ago? Could Edison now be dethroned by it? Like Iraq's Baghdad battery, these ancient Egyptian lamps stay mysterious. Scientists can neither prove nor disprove their real function. Claims that the Baghdad battery was used for gold plating, acupuncture, or spiritual experiences aren't widely accepted by archaeologists. So some proposed a bold hypothesis. The Dendera Light was an ancient Egyptian cathode ray tube. This view cites pyramid texts from 2400 BC, describing a Big Bang-like cosmos, and thus concludes ancient Egyptian cosmology later directly shaped Democritus's atomism. The article adds that the gap from this cosmology to the Dendera Light matches the gap from atomism to the cathode ray tube, hinting at a basis for ancient Egyptians building one. Inscriptions and material analysis of the relief back up this claim firmly. However, the article never explains what the ancient Egyptians' cathode ray tube was for, only suggesting it aided theoretical teaching. Linking CRTs with ancient Egyptian cosmology or teaching goes beyond grasp of their knowledge and tech. Many blame aliens for these mysteries. Maybe they came earlier. Another view says civilization may have isolated leaps. An ancient clan, sparked by one genius, gained ahead of its time skills and tech, then vanished somehow, never benefiting humankind at large. Without Einstein, we might lack today's tech advances. Given uneven tech history, this theory reframes ancient civilizations for us. Number 8. Cleopatra. Many people may have learned about Cleopatra VII, the ambitious and mysterious superwoman of ancient world history who was both maddening and psychedelic, from the movie Cleopatra, starring Elizabeth Taylor. Her immense charm protected Egypt from being conquered by the Roman Empire for 20 years. Stunning and cunning, she won Caesar and Antony's hearts. To take the throne, she married her brother. To keep her throne, she personally killed her two romantic rivals. Cleopatra was born in the Ptolemaic kingdom. Egypt Alexander granted to his general Ptolemy I Soter, who after Alexander's death, founded a dynasty lasting 275 years. And the one who ended this dynasty was none other than the famous Cleopatra. Cleopatra's beauty needs little said. In the 16th century, French philosopher Blaise Pascal remarked, "If her nose were an inch longer or shorter, the course of history might change." But more noteworthy than Cleopatra's beauty was her extraordinary talent in the political arena. Cleopatra's father had a high opinion of her during his lifetime and planned for her to rule the country jointly with her brother. Power sharing bred strife. He clashed with his full brother Ptolemy XIII, sparking civil war. Defeated and exiled, Cleopatra used wit and grit to beat her brother. The key to this victory was her clever use of Caesar's power. Pompey fled Egypt. Ptolemy XIII killed him to please Caesar, while Cleopatra used it to approach Caesar. Caesar, drawn by her beauty and brains, allied with her. She helped him regain power. Later they had a son. After Caesar's murder, Cleopatra crowned son Ptolemy XV, preserving dynasty. To secure the state, he cohabited with Caesar's ally Antony for over a decade, and had 3 sons. These decisions are read as trading beauty for stability, yet show grasp and use of power. Some even believe that there was genuine love between her and Antony. Ambition surged. Antony and Octavian fought for power. In 31 BC, they clashed at Actium's Cape. Antony fell. Cleopatra followed into doom. Yet her death's cause still remains unknown today. Some say that after being imprisoned in a heavily guarded room, she fell into despair and decided to end her life. Yet before dying, he wrote Octavian a letter stating his choice. This act raised doubts among some people, because people in despair usually do not inform others. Some also say she used a venomous snake to end her life. Another theory is that Octavian had Cleopatra killed for political reasons. What are your thoughts on Cleopatra's death? 7th, mysterious footprint. Hard to believe. In 1975, archaeologists in the Rift Valley on the Tanzania-Kenya border found 22 meters of footprints in hardened volcanic ash. Who did these belong to? Could someone have once lived here? East African Rift runs 6,000 plus km from West Asia's Jordan Valley through Aqaba and Red Sea to Ethiopia's Lake Abaya. The rift splits east and west, flows south into Zambia's Zambezi and Mozambique's mouth, called Earth's Scar. Around 30 million years ago, Africa's crust stirred. Rising mantle drove lava, building tension that split and sank weak crust, creating today's Rift Valley belt. This crustal rifting continues, averaging 2 to 4 centimeters per year. Rift Valley terrain varies. Both soaring peaks and deep, silent gorges along both sides are extinct volcanoes, like Africa's highest, Kilimanjaro, and active ones, like mighty Nyiragongo, shrouded in year-round smoke and sharp sulfur fumes. Also, Old Oinio Lengai erupts natural carbonatite lava. Worldwide famous, scientists predict that over millions of years, East Africa's rift may keep widening, possibly splitting off as a new continent. So, why would footprints appear in such a harsh place? These prints were left by Homo habilis over 3.5 million years ago. Back then, Africa's Rift Valley was flat and livable. Not the first Homo habilis in Africa. In 1960, archaeologists found 2-million-year-old fossils at Olduvai Gorge include skull, jaw, and hand bones. Homo habilis bones give key evidence on human origins and evolution. Seen as Australopithecus descendants, earliest known ancestors to make and use tools, their appearance marked an important step in the transition of humans from mere gatherers to hunters. Number 6. The strange blue stone. In 1990, Sierra Leone found a stunning, never-before-seen blue gemstone. Like turquoise, this gem holds organic compounds unknown on Earth and is 55,000 years old. Its origin remains still a mystery. Reportedly, this mysterious gem debuted thanks to Italian geologist Angelo Pittoni's keen insight. Its strange look and unknown makeup fueled curiosity and debate, so it went to labs worldwide. At first, everyone thought the stone was man-made. After close study, scientists, to their surprise, found the blue gem with white streaks as in any known Earth mineral. Inside is just pure oxygen. Amazingly, the gem stayed unchanged after repeated acid tests, and unscathed even under 3,000-degree blazing heat. Yet when scientists crushed a stone chip and viewed it under a microscope, its color vanished, hinting secrets. Scientists named it Sky Stone for unique, unknown composition. Using chemical and ultrasound extraction in deep tests, scientists found organic compounds new to science and dated this stone to 55,000 years old. After this find, many say the Sky Stone isn't from Earth, but an unknown advanced civilization. So where might this mysterious gem come from? Wherever it came from, it still endlessly inspires aerospace innovation. The atmosphere shelters Earth's life, yet still, for human spaceflight, it's a natural shield that blocks outward travel. To reach space, humans battle the atmosphere. Searing heat can still tear spacecraft apart during ascent, putting astronaut lives at grave risk. Atmospheric friction has caused accidents throughout history, killing many brave astronauts. As sci-fi rises, humans yearn to see free-roaming alien ships. The reason these spaceships can fly freely in space often relies on some special materials. Sky Stone withstands heat and corrosion, and stays remarkably stable, thereby opening new possibilities for building spacecraft. The stone's origin remains unclear, yet scientists believe that harnessing this material could spark aerospace breakthroughs and bring humanity closer to space travel. What do you think of this mysterious blue stone? Number 5. Skeleton Coast. The world's most treacherous, desolate coast. Wreckage like discarded flags. In 1859, Swedish biologist Anderson arrived here. Fear surged. He shook, screamed. I'd rather die than end up here. How scary is it here? And why is this biologist terrified? Between Namibia's ancient embrace and Atlantic's cold waves lies a white desert, stretching to the horizon. Along this 500-kilometer coast, the sun leaves it bleak yet oddly beautiful. Once dubbed Hell Coast, now it's called Skeleton Coast. Statistics say 1,051 ships wrecked off the south coast, leaving Skeleton Coast littered with hulks and crew bones almost everywhere. Before technology, locals saw these dreadful accidents as God's wrath, believing they'd somehow angered the Earth deity there. But no. In the vast Skeleton Coast desert, gale force 8 winds howl, and countless shifting dunes make it easy to lose your way in sand here. Here, food and water are scarce. Self-sufficiency is nearly impossible. Harsh nature leaves humans fragile, helpless. Skeleton Coast waters are more perilous. Changeable. Waves surging. Deadlier still, countless reefs hide below. One lapse and a ship can ground and easily sink. Waves ruthlessly pull wrecked ships down. Then the sea turns calm again, as if nothing ever happened. In 1933, Swiss pilot Null crashed on coast en route from Cape Town to London. A reporter predicted Null's bones would eventually be found here, giving the Skeleton Coast its name. Today, Null's remains are still missing. In 1942, British ship Dunedin Star grounded, sank 40 kilometers south of Cumene River. 21 passengers and 85 crew faced death. After hard rescue, 3 babies and 42 crewmen made shore by airboat. Rescue took 4 weeks, deploying 2 land teams. The Venturas, many ships. Sadly, a rescue ship hit a reef and sank, killing 3 crew. 4th, Adam Callender, in Mpumalanga, South Africa, and secret indoors. The Adams Calendar ruins. named as the world's oldest man-made site, drawing archaeologists for alignments and mystery. Adam's calendar was found in 2003 by pilot Johann Hein after crash landing. The discovery stunned the world. Human brilliance and astronomy surpassed what we thought civilizations knew. At its heart stands a 30-meter stone circle of multi-ton megaliths, set in intricate patterns, forming a complete, largely intact megalithic calendar. Remarkably, these stones align with astronomical events: sun's motion, solstices, equinoxes. Watching the sun's shadow move, people precisely marked every day of the year. Adam's calendar's building date remains unknown to this day. Despite intensive study, archaeologists only confirm the stone ring is at least 75,000 years old. In this stone ring, near the prominent edge of a nearby ditch, a human-shaped standing stone stands beside 3 aligned pillars. Archaeologists think this unusual layout likely mirrors Orion's constellation pattern as in the night sky. Mpumalanga shares a longitude with Egypt's Giza pyramids. Then bright Orion was a key sky target for observers there. If Orion matches this pillar layout, that pattern dates to an early era. If the stone ring was built when the same sky appeared, it would be over 160,000 years old. The mystery of this site lies not only in its age and builders, but also in the meaning it holds. Some scholars say Adam's calendar helped ancient people track time, farm, and forecast sky events. Some offer bolder ideas. Adam's calendar may be alien relics, or proof of ancient contact. Given these 2 theories, what's your take on this magical megalith site? Third, Dowel. Most people picture a volcano as a peaked mountain that shoots, or once shot, lava, like an upside-down cone. But Dowel looks nothing like that. It even lies 48 meters below sea level, the world's lowest land volcano today. Dowel lies in northeast Ethiopia, a ghost town. Since 2005, Ethiopia's Central Statistical Agency no longer reports the region's population. Bone dry. Winter highs can reach 45 degrees Celsius, and the annual average stays at 34.5 degrees Celsius, like Earth's lava lands. This extreme climate makes Dowel almost a forbidden zone for life. In this land, you won't see schools, shops, or even a decent road. Beyond tourist convoys, only a foreign camels cross here gathering salt blocks. But note, security here is poor. Local tribes or groups sometimes attack tourist convoys, so for that it's called Africa's most terrifying region. Yet still this haunted land hides valuable mineral deposits underground. Volcanic heat kept underground springs dissolving rich salts. Sun slowly evaporated them, leaving stacked salt layers. As years pass, Dowel's salt layers reached astonishing 1,000 meters. Meanwhile, underground hot springs gushed on, sun spared, pooling in lowlands. Vivid sulfur lakes. In rainy season, sulfur lakes look even more enchanting. Watch out. Bubbles and steam signal the lake is highly acidic. Some spots exceed 90%, so never touch it directly, barehanded. Yet under heaven chase profit. Early 1900s, brave explorers entered Dowel, breaking its silence. They were amazed to find rich potassium carbonate deposits here, a vital salt mineral for making fertilizer. An Italian firm spotted the chance and quickly built a small mine in Dowel. Mining expanded. Soon a town formed. By the 1960s, isolated Dowel couldn't sustain mining. Residents left, and it became ruins. Cover moment. In southeast Zimbabwe, a famed stone ruins site was once a key medieval political and economic regional center. Beyond walls and temples, an ancient giant legend persists. Explorers who reached the place said they saw a giant stone figure themselves. Rumor says it towers dozens of meters, beyond any mere human craft alone. Online, dubious photos of giant stone statues fuel guesses that ancient civilizations perhaps had advanced tech or mysterious powers. Or maybe this huge statue wasn't human-made, but left by extraterrestrials. Zimbabwe's ruins are amazing archaeology, but there's still no evidence of any giant stone statue. Some think the giant stone statue is hidden somewhere in the Zimbabwe ruins, maybe in an unexcavated cellar or under thick plants. So no official real photos have ever appeared online yet. Some say the giant statue is just myth spun from ancient ruins. Then do you think it really existed at all? If it does exist, how was it built? Number 2. The Eye of the Sahara. 1965. NASA launched Gemini, carrying 2 astronauts to space. Flying over Africa, astronauts suddenly spotted a huge eye on camera. Despite mental and physical training, the astronauts were unnerved by an eye seeming to watch them and reported it to ground control. Actually, US astronauts weren't the first to spot this wonder. Locals here have long told legends of this eye. Old tech limits hid its form, so this landform stayed tied to religious mysticism for ages. Only after NASA spotted it was this strange landform named the Eye of the Sahara. Then how did this hidden giant eye form? Have scientists unraveled this mystery yet? When scientists first saw this giant eye, they guessed an ancient space meteor impact formed it, leaving a massive crater behind. But they soon found the center was flat, with no major hollow, and samples showed no heat damage. Thus the meteor impact theory fell. Another idea: is this mysterious giant eye a volcano vent? Its concentric rings and central pupil resemble volcanism. But do volcanoes really exist in the Sahara Desert at all? Years. Scientists found no volcanic rock here, and the Eye of the Sahara's origin grew murkier. Seeking truth, scientists went to the Sahara for field studies and found marine fossils in the sand. From satellites, the Sahara's terrain looks intricately complex. It's surprising that Plato's portrayal of the city of Atlantis so closely mirrors the layout of the Sahara Desert. Could the Eye of the Sahara really be Atlantis? Some even think it's a true eye, but we haven't found how to activate it. Its creation may be tied to a mysterious prehistoric civilization. Some believe nations tested nukes here, so this landform may still be a blast scar. Some boldly speculate it may be an alien portal built on Earth. Maybe someday, a secret base will rise in the giant ice center, home to aliens from far worlds. How was the Eye of the Sahara formed, in your view? Number 1. Lost City. In the 5th century BCE, Herodotus wrote that before the Trojan War, Helen, famed as the world's beauty, toured a city called Heraclion with her lover Paris. Yet the city later vanished without trace. Was he simply wrong? Was it only a legend then? After 2,400 years, archaeologists at last finally lifted the veil from this ancient city. Turns out this once bustling port city has slept under the sea 1,000 years. In 2000, French marine archaeologist Frank Gaudio's team, hunting 18th century Battle of the Nile wrecks near Alexandria, Egypt, unexpectedly discovered the long-lost city Heraclion, 150 meters deep in Abu Qir Bay, 6.5 kilometers offshore. Then Oxford's Maritime Archaeology Center and Egypt's Antiquities Agency joined the dig, using computing to build a 3D model of Heraclion. Heraclion lay far west of the Nile Delta, named for Heracles, Greek myth's greatest demigod hero, ideal of manhood, strength, and courage. Ancients believed Heracles visited this city, leaving footprints. Heraclion was once a key port for Egypt-Mediterranean trade and dialogue. Records say Heraclion surfaced in Amsterdam in the 12th century and peaked between the 8th and 4th centuries, witnessing Egypt's prosperity and Mediterranean cultural fusion. However, why would such a prominent city sink to the bottom of the sea? Experts think Heraclion sank as quakes triggered ground collapse and seas rose together. After repeated shifts, the city still met its doom. Confirmed, slow subsidence in the southeastern Mediterranean basin and long-term sea level rise submerged this land. Thus, the once glorious city was slowly eaten by the sea and vanished in history's tide. That's all for today's video, folks. Which of today's 10 amazing African discoveries impressed you most? Tell us in the comments below.